Yup, I'm back talking about getting my tonsils out and that experience. But before I get into it, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure you hit that subscribe button. I think it's on this side. Hit that subscribe button. But let's get rolling.
Used to be a dreamer, but you know I found.
I think he said it was like that much room in between your my tonsils, and usually it's like you can't even see your tonsils, but it was like that much room. So he said we're gonna take you off of meds for like 2 weeks, and we're gonna see if they go down or if your immune system kicks back in and it heals itself. Fast forward 2 weeks, and I'm back at the doctor, and he says, they didn't go down. They actually gotten bigger. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, they gotten bigger. I was like, whatever. And then I knew in the back of my mind, I was like, all right, it's a real possibility. I might have to get them out. And one thing about me, I am deathly scared to go under. I do not like going under for anything. I don't like being put to sleep when I don't have to. Just against it. I called him back. I was like, when's the earliest you can get my tonsils out? He was like, the 10th would work. But I was like, nah, I have class after handing the paper on the 10th, so the 12th. So we fast tracked it to the 12th. So this was on like the 8th. We fast tracked it to the 12th. Knowing me, I show up to the damn thing late. So I show up late because we get lost, we stuck in traffic, whatever. And then, to make matters worse, I pulled up to the wrong wing of the hospital. So I'm like, oh my God, this is just bad signs. I'm getting bad mojos and everything. Get back there, and the nurse, she was like, yeah, I need to take everything off and put this gown on. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. She's like, socks and everything. I'm like, I can't leave my drawers on. I'm like, she's like, nah, everything. I'm like, oh, hell no. They bugging. Before I went to the room, they gave me the meds, like the first little round of anesthesias or anesthetics, whatever they're called. And right when it hit my skin, like I felt my whole body go cold. Like it just went cold. I watched it go through the tube, and it hit my vein. And my body was cold. My mouth had this metally taste in it. It was weird. So then they started rolling me back. And when I was on the roller, just the room was just shaking. I'm looking around like, yo, is this supposed to happen? We pull up to the operating room, and it's like, there's hella people in there. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like 8 or 9 people in there. And it was weird because I'm laying on the bed, and I'm looking around, and none of them are paying attention to me. And I'm like, yo, what's good? Like, and I'm trying to talk to one of them, and they just look at me and smile, and they walk away. So I'm like, oh, they bugging right now. They plotting on me. So, the dude put the mask on me, and he was like, take 10 deep breaths. So at first, I wasn't trying to go under. So I'm taking breaths like, and he was like, nah, take deep breaths. And so I took like 3 deep breaths. And then on the 4th one, I was like, and I just was out. And next thing I remember, I was just getting rolled into I was getting rolled back into the room I was in before, like the pre-op room, whatever it's called. I remember waking up, and just my tongue was, I said it, my tongue was fat. And it didn't really hurt. I'm not even gonna lie, it didn't really hurt after, but my tongue was just fat. And I remember that my tongue hurt the worst out of everything. So the nurse was like, do you want something to drink? And my tongue was fast. I was like, I want food. And she was like, what? And I was like, I want food. And she's like, what do you want? You want a popsicle? I was like, I want food. And she brought me back like 3 popsicles, some applesauce, and some water. I ate everything. And she was kind of looking at me strange, and like she didn't expect it to be like that. So then when we went home, yeah, they gave me the meds too, the pain meds. But that was the only time I took the pain meds throughout the whole thing. So I don't think that's normal. At first night, I got out the car. I remember I got out the car and I tried to walk to the door, and I almost fell over because I was just so drugged up. So I almost fell over. That happened, and I remember getting in bed. It was like, at this point it's like 7. I got in bed and I just slept the whole night. I slept until like 5 the next morning. I woke up. Pretty much the first day out, I was pretty much asleep for most of the day, just because the meds are wearing off. But when the meds are wearing off, like the heavy meds are wearing off, my throat, it just felt different. It didn't hurt or anything. It just felt different. I think it's because I was in so much pain before, but so like for the first 3 days it was just popsicles and applesauce. But I was drinking like 7 bottles of water a day, and it was weird because I didn't feel pain. It wasn't pain, it was more just discomfort, but it wasn't like excruciating pain that you hear about these other people getting their tonsils out, how they have to have the ice pack or whatever. Oh shit. But they have to have the ice pack out or whatever. It wasn't that for me. It was just more of a sore throat, like a moderate sore throat is what it felt like. And I actually felt that the whole time. So pretty much the first 4 or 5 days, I was relatively fine. Day 5 was, I'd say day 5 was the worst for me, just because of, I woke up, my throat was really dry, and it took a while for it not to be dry. So I was like 5 bottles of water in, and my throat was still dry, and that was probably the worst part about it. But day 6, actually, my doctor called me, and when he called me, he wanted to see how I was doing, because he said, you know, day 6, 7, 8 was going to be the worst. I was actually leaving Chipotle, and he heard that on the phone, so he called my AT, athletic trainer, and my athletic trainer was like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. He was like, so the doctor called and he said that you were on the T. And I was like, nah, I wasn't on the T, I was at the store. And he was like, yeah, he was shocked, because usually on day 5 and 6, people are in bed, you know, they can't move, or they're just in pain. But he said you were talking fine and everything. And I was like, yeah, I've been fine the whole time. My tonsil experience was different than most, because after like the first day of being out, I was moving the whole time. It was kind of cold, so I didn't really go outside, but I was up and I was moving. I wasn't talking that much, just because I didn't really want to talk that much, but I wasn't bedridden or anything. The worst part about the whole thing was I couldn't eat, and I just love food, and I don't eat the healthiest. So my diet was all stuff that would scratch my throat and potentially make it bleed. That was it. And I think another reason why I got better relatively quick, is because I was so determined to go home. Because first the doctor was like, yeah, I don't want you flying for like 2 weeks. I got my tonsils out 10 days before I was supposed to fly. And then my dad on top of that, he's like anal about that stuff. So he was like, no, if the doctor says it, the doctor says it. So then we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I finally was just like, yo, if you don't want me to come home, cancel the ticket. But as of now, I'm getting on the flight. So blah, blah, we went back and forth. And then I got on the flight, and then they were all like, oh, if you start bleeding, you know, let somebody know. What's crazy is the one telltale sign is if your nose bleeds. And I'm on the flight, I sleep most of the flights because I don't like just being awake in the air. So I'm sleeping, I wake up and I thought my nose was bleeding. It was just snot. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stay awake, you know, monitor myself. We land, and I'm like, all right, didn't bleed, I'm good. The dude in front of me, his nose was bleeding profusely. And I was like, wow, that's just so ironic. But right when I get off the plane, like I'm still kind of in recovery mode. I'm like 10 days out, and I'm starting to eat harder foods or whatever. But I was like, just take me to McDonald's, man. I'm hungry. So I go to McDonald's, get 2 Cinemelts, get orange juice, and we're eating chips. I ate some chips. Wasn't even supposed to eat chips. I ate chips. I ate Chipotle. I was eating cookies the whole time I was at home, and I don't even think I was supposed to be eating all that, but I was just so hungry. So then I went to Culver's, ate Culver's, bacon cheeseburgers. I was eating everything. I think I spent like $40 at home just in one day alone, just on food. But yeah, I mean, what to expect? Just expect some discomfort. Just expect to be really bored. I was really bored. I think I watched 4 Netflix series. Expect to go to the bathroom a lot because you've been drinking a lot of water. And you have to be patient. Just be patient with it. If you love eating as much as I do, or if you just like doing stuff, because I mean, people do monitor you. They don't want you to get your heart rate up too much because that can increase your risk of bleeding, but just be patient with it. Take it slow. But now that they said, you know, my tonsils, I'm fully healed now. I'm like 2 months out. But you don't get sick, and when you do get sick, like I was sick like a week ago, and I was sick for a day. And I knew I was sick because of my head. It just felt like I was sick in my head because like I felt congested and everything. But my throat didn't hurt, and I was sneezing like crazy, but like I was fine within the next 24 hours, which I didn't think it was possible, but I don't really get sick that much anymore. And I feel healthier. I can breathe better. So if you do have to get your tonsils out, better sooner than later. Do it the younger you can, because I guess your healing process is still pretty fresh. But yeah, I didn't think my experience was that bad. Also, I didn't think it was normal. So, hey, you can take my word for it. I don't know. But that was my experience. I think it was pretty smooth. Yeah. Catch up with y'all later.